All right, everybody. And I can't believe it's already the beginning of September. So today's September 1st. We're one quarter left away from 2022. And that means one more quarter for us to get our business going, still hit our targets and goals for this year. I want to remind you, it's time to reflect back on what you set yourself out to do at the beginning of the year. And it's really time is really just passing really fast. So as always, I want to share so much stuff with you. It's great to be back in front of you again. I'll leave my portion for a little bit later. As always, I love my affiliates to start sharing and joining and sharing about what's going on. So I'll just start down the list. I have Connie Fung here. Connie, why don't you start us off today?
Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm Connie with Perfect Escrow. Always open to helping everyone. If you have any questions regarding escrow, even those escrows that doesn't belong to us, more than happy to review some documents and stuff. And I've helped some agents, lately that, they had me review one of the closing statement. And this escrow officer, so-called herself senior escrow officer, instead of crediting the buyer, for the tax proration, she charges the buyer. It's just crazy out there. So, have me review it if you have any questions. I'm here to help. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Connie. Always, I was aware of the issue where the debits and the credits were incorrect on the statement. So you got to double check it, question things. Okay, it's okay to do that with your officer and do it ahead of time. So you ask them, can I have an estimated sheet beforehand? So that way you can review it. That's what the whole TRID is for, and the 3-day guidelines for you to review your loan docs too. So you can review everything. All right, thank you for that. Let's go on to the next person we have. Let's do it with Nancy Chan and then Lisa Overman right after that.
Good morning, Coldwell Banker Dynasty. Connie, thank you. Nice seeing you on the screen. This is really interesting on a lot of things that we do. We do help agents with other transaction that's not ours. We don't mind. And Connie and I talk late into the evening sometimes to resolve situation. We do count on each other. And agents, if you have a listing appointment, please, please, please order a property profile, get the documents so you can make sure that the people assigning your listings are the people, not just one on your real list when you type it in, or your CRM, the MRMLS. There might be 3 people on title. When you go on that listing appointment, you need all 3 signatures. So please get the documents before you go. This will help you, and you don't have to have a listing that's not valid, okay? I'm here to help you, Nancy Chen, lawyer's title. Thank you so much, Calvin. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Nancy. And Lisa, share what's going on in the lender lose.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Calvin. Thank you so much for having me. Couple of things for you guys. So if you are not signed up for list reports, obviously go ahead and do that. I do have a couple. I have a success story and I'm going to call it like a whoops story. And it was nobody from your office, so don't feel like I'm singling anybody out. So when you sign up for list reports and you create a marketing kit in list reports, it creates a full 27-piece marketing kit. You can start pushing it out to your social media. You can print it. You can do whatever you want with it. I had 2 purchase leads come in within 25 minutes of one of my agents creating a marketing kit last week. It was immediate. They posted it to their social media. 2 purchase leads. That was great. They were super stoked about it. I had another purchase lead come in through a text code, which is something that's created through list reports as well. So I get a notification of that. So I got a notification. I had a text lead to one of my agents on a property that they had just listed maybe 2 or 3 days prior. I reached out to the agent did not respond. So I reached out to the lead just to say, hey, we got your information, et cetera, et cetera. They said they had not been contacted by the agent and they were looking for an agent, not necessarily the property that they texted the code to, but they were looking for an agent. So they had lost confidence. They were like, well, why did this agent not reach out to me? That's whose listing I clicked on. And I was like, oh, I'll follow up with the agent and see if we can. I still could not get a hold of the agent. So that agent lost that deal. So just on leads, on list reports, if you're getting those text leads, if you're getting those email leads, immediately follow up with them. And if you can't for any reason, shoot me a text, email, call me. I will follow up with them for you. So I'm perfectly comfortable talking to your customers. Obviously, you guys know I've worked with Coldwell Banker for years and years. I've been in real estate myself. So I am happy to reach out to those leads for you anytime. And again, to Connie's point about checking your documents thoroughly, we've had a couple of situations come up recently where we run all of every lender runs all of your documents through the IRS, all of your tax documents through the IRS. We've been experiencing some CPA issues where CPAs are saying, oh, your taxes are good, they're filed, here they are. And then the IRS says, no, actually, that's not the case. So any questions that come up like that, again, to Connie's point, Nancy's point, if you have deals, even if I'm not working on them, feel free to reach out to me with any questions. I will review any documents you want me to that I'm legally allowed to, that you can share, just so we're making sure that you guys are getting the best service possible and that your clients' deals are getting the best service and things are closing and they're moving forward. So do not hesitate to reach out to me, any questions, concerns, comments, and also if you want any list reports support. Thanks again, Kelvin.
Lisa,
Thanks,
I have
Lisa.
a question.
Yes.
Regarding, let's say if the buyer already signed the CD, okay? And then last minute thing, the seller decided to give them a credit or the agent decided to give them a credit for closing costs. Now, do they have to go back to underwriting? How does it work?
It depends on what the difference is and how much the difference is. So if it's a credit, there are limitations on how much that can fluctuate. So if it exceeds those guidelines, it could have to go back to underwriting, but typically it's a quick, underwriting takes a look at it, says, okay, this is still within the range of a legally approvable loan and you guys are good to go. If it's not in that margin, if it's lower, it shouldn't have to go back to underwriting.
How do we know what the margins are? So it depends on the loan amount or what?
It depends on the loan amount and it depends on what is being adjusted. So they kind of vary across different buckets.
Okay, will they have to re-sign the CD again or no?
Again, if it's within, I'm so sorry, it's so loud here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. The trash truck is here. If it's within the margin, they shouldn't have to. If it has to go back to underwriting, they likely will have to re-sign the CD.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that, Lisa. We're all learning here. And I'll have Scott come up next too. Maybe he might have share some information too as well, if you want to take that question or not. And after Scott, I'll do Maria Howard. Go ahead, Scott.
All right, thanks, Kelvin, for letting us participate. So that thing on the CD, that comes back to your thing that you said, Kelvin, is check this stuff early and don't hold back. If you know there's going to be a credit, let the lenders know as soon as possible. Because like when I was a sales manager in a different industry, I used to tell my reps all the time, like it was always like, if you know something's going to happen, let us know as soon as possible. Don't make it a situation where it's like making a three-pointer from the corner with Michael Jordan in your face just to tie the game, right? Why you want to do that to yourself and everybody else, right? Like let everybody know, early in the game. And then, if you have to re-sign a CD or something like that, then you're not in a situation where now you're in a situation where you can't make your lock time.
Scott, can I ask you a question? This
Something like
happened.
that. Or maybe you can't make your escrow time and now it's a per diem or something like that. It happens a lot, right? Not a lot, but it happens too much. One time is too much. I completely agree with you, Connie. And don't blame escrow either, because escrow, they're just doing their job and they're in the middle of this, and people like to blame escrow. So I got solidarity with you, Connie, on escrow.
Yeah, so I have another question, and this happened all the time, okay? They did the final walkthrough. They did the home inspection, and then they're negotiating the request for repairs, okay? And agents love to send me that love list, right? Okay, of things that the seller is going to credit and whatnot in regards to the repair. Now, how does the lender, what kind of wording do you guys want to see? You don't want to see anything other than closing cost credit,
Closing
right?
cost, make it closing costs.
So please,
if you say it's a repair, then they're going to make you cure the repair. It turns into a whole.
Yeah.
It's a good point you guys are pointing out. To answer that shortly, I just say the credit for the escrow officer and the lenders to see should show that the whatever $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 worth of repairs. You don't write the word repair. You write the buyer and seller mutually agree to reduce the price or to credit towards buyer's closing costs $4,000. And then you have a separate agreement that you're going to discuss as a listing agent or a buyer's agent, detailing what your credit is about. So you have two documents in writing that
Right.
kind of protects your transaction and the purpose of that. So that way your seller or your buyers is understands. And then that's kind of just what you got to do. It's very simple. So I teach you
Yeah,
guys
and
that. Yeah, go ahead.
to Kelvin's point, I mean, I've run into situations where a credit comes in at the very last minute that exceeds the actual legal limit of a credit. So, they'll come and say, oh, well, the seller is going to credit you $9,000, $10,000 for XYZ repair. But the limit on how much a lender or how much a seller concession can be on that particular loan value is lower. So that you still have to go back and adjust the purchase price. So Kelvin is exactly right. Adjusting the purchase price is the easier first off way to go.
But whether it goes through or doesn't go through, just let the lender know as soon as you can so that they can at least check these things out beforehand. I was going to go through this whole thing about why brokers are better, but I don't want to spend everybody's time. Just thank you for you guys' support. Scott Shimamoto, Journey Mortgage Advisors. Your deal is no joke to me. Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Sorry. Thank you for being patient, Maria. Maria, you're up next, and then I'll have Sandy Franco after that.
Well, I'm glad these questions are being presented because with home warranty, we get often, very, very often, where a seller will give concession to the buyer for repairs and escrow closes. And then somehow or another, the buyer doesn't utilize those funds to do the repairs. And then they call home warranty and asking for those repairs to be done. And then the texts go out and again, it shows a pre-existing condition. Everything with home warranty must be in good working order at the close of escrow. So any type of concession you're getting, I really recommend on the timeline to make sure you get those done before the buyer decides to call in for any type of services. Now, this morning, I received a call from an agent that her buyer was going to be putting in an offer. And she's asking me scenarios, ultimate versus platinum. Now, platinum is our higher standard of care, of course. And so the buyer's going to go in and change everything, repair, get a new pool, do many, many upgrades and changes to the home. So she's asking me which plan to order. I'm giving her examples, but at the same time, I'm advising her, please don't make this decision for your buyer. Let them know what are the options for them and let them make the choice which plan they want to go to, especially if the seller's only agreeing to give them so many dollars through the RPA. Now, when they say, well, everything's going to be fixed, we don't need to do this, we don't need to do that. But we all know that even new things tend to break down and they don't, there's always there's a possibility. Well, our home warranty coverage does cover manufacturer. So anything that's covered under the manufacturer warranty, we will cover the labor costs, where the manufacturer will cover parts. And typically the labor cost is usually upon the homeowner. So those are the things you need to question and ask. And then as she proceeded to tell me this, she was saying that her TC was telling her do X, Y, and Z, but the information that TC was providing was incorrect. So again, you ask us, always ask your rep. We're here to help and clarify any things that might be of concern for your buyer, and be nice to your home warranty reps. We love to work for you. We love to help you out, but there are some things that have to be a no. And we just want to let you know that we will do our 100% effort to help you out. With that being said, you guys have a great day.
Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. And we're going to move on to Sandy Franco. I tried to change the view for a
I like
second.
this.
So we're at the
Cool.
board of directors seat right now on the table. Sandy,
I'm
please share with
here-
us a little bit.
I'm here at the table, so I'm going to expand a little bit on what Maria said. 100% true. And when you get these concessions, seller's concessions for the buyer to make repairs, and let's say they do make the repairs, the seller makes the repairs. The new buyer needs to ask for that invoice that shows that the repairs were made and paid for, and put them with the home inspection report. So God forbid that repair fails at some point during the year, they have proof that it was fixed and that it wasn't a pre-existing condition. I had an agent send me a home inspection report this week, and she said, hey, Sandy, how much of this stuff in red would be covered? None of it. Anything that's pre-existing on your home inspection report and that says it is not functional is not covered by your home warranty. They can say things like, your air conditioner has exceeded its lifespan. Your roof has exceeded its lifespan. As long as they say there's no functionality problem, then it's covered. But if they're saying it's not functional, it's not covered. Please don't ever say, don't worry about it, the home warranty will cover it. If you don't know, call your home warranty professional and say, hey, here's what we've got. Will this be covered? And we'll tell you, yes, we don't want the hassle after escrow closes. We're going to tell you the truth. No, it's not going to be covered if it's not working at time of close. We don't want to mislead your customer. We want them to have the best experience they can with their home warranty. And that means setting realistic expectations and not letting them think, oh, don't worry, everything's covered. That's not realistic and nobody's happy at the end of that experience. So if you have any questions, you have professionals at your fingertips. Call us. We are happy to help in any way we can. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Sandy. And I'm going to go ahead and bring and call up, we'll do Nicole Menard next, and then Brandon.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Calvin, thank you for allowing us to join you all this morning. And as Calvin said, yes, it's September 1st, and we're heading into the last leg of the year, and it's a perfect time to farm. We have many valuable resources to help you, from our products that we have in-house, as well as other preferred vendors. If you'd like more details, give me a call and I'll put my info in the chat. Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And now I'm bringing over to the table right now. Did I say Brandon?
Yeah. All right. I'm at the table now. So as we were talking about before this, about the fires in Tahoe, something that my aunt actually lives pretty close to Yosemite. And this is something that I try to tell everybody. And this is a great opportunity for you to also talk to your clients and past clients and people, and just say, check in and let them know that you have some great resources for them, with it being fire season, just to go. So my aunt has a cat, and she has a bag ready to go. She's had a couple of times where she gets to her house and there's a fire near her back porch. And so she has everything ready to go just in case. And that's kind of the thing that I like to tell people is, anything like these fires or these earthquakes or anything like that, as long as you have things ready to go and you're prepared, say you have elderly parents or neighbors that may need assistance, that's a great way to just really show how being a part of the community and how much you care about people. That's just going to show clients and people who are looking to use you for business how much you truly care about them, which will help you get more business in the long term. And these resources that I have from both CAL FIRE and FEMA are really great for putting together lists, such as like your medication or anything for your pets. I know we care a lot about our pets. And with some of these fires, I know if you guys remember Paradise, a lot of pets were left behind. And that's probably because people were not as prepared. So again, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'll put my info in the chat. For any of those resources, I am available anytime, and I hope everyone has a fantastic Labor Day.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm gonna start calling in. Let me see here. I'm just playing around with this view thing going on. Let me go ahead and go back to this. Let's do ahead and go Angie Tang, and then Nicole, and then Unita Wu. Angie?
Hi, Kelvin. Hi, good morning. I really enjoyed that roundtable.
I know. I'm just playing around with it. It's different. Yeah.
It's so cool. I had no idea. I was like, am I the only one seeing this? This looks so cool. Hi, guys. Thanks for messing around with that, Kelvin. Hi, guys. Angie Tang with Stewart Title. I wanted to talk about the class we're having tomorrow on probates. So we're doing they're going to have a class on probates. I'm going to talk about the title perspective of probates and also how to farm for them. So it's actually going to be a very good session tomorrow. I think it's at, I forgot what time. Hold on, let me just take a look. I believe it was at 1:30. So it starts at 1:30 and then we're going to move into probates. So hopefully everybody can join. I think Jill is going to be sending the link. It'd be really informative on probates. It's going to be a niche marketing, like a niche marketing that you can actually choose to farm on. So it's going to be a very interesting topic. Thank you guys. And I'm Angie Tang, Stewart Title. See you guys all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, 1:30. Angie Tang will start and learn how to prospect it. And then 2 o'clock, we're going to piggyback right into, we got a trust and probate attorney, April Verlato, speaking to us and teaching us about the ins and outs of a probate sale and a trust sale. So definitely make sure you mark the calendars for tomorrow, beginning at 1:30 for Angie, 2 o'clock for April Verlato, attorney. Thank you. And then we got Unita Wu and then John Wax. You're going to kick us off for us. Unita.
Thank you, Calvin. Hi, everyone. Unita Wu, Home Warranty for America, your 13 months home warranty. I guess some weird question. A lot of people asking me, are you still 13? We're always going to be 13. So don't worry, you're never going to get 12 months. And on top of that, too, I also get a lot of claim recently for the air conditioning. So we've been sending a portable air conditioning for people that needs them, especially if you are older, you have somebody in older or babies and things like that. But we're giving everybody one, please, because I've been getting asked, like, can I have 3 or 4? No, you don't have 3 or 4. We're going to give one just to as a courtesy only, up to the X amount of dollars that we will reimburse you. For the home warranty, just to let you know, we are giving $50 gift card for all the buyers. This gift cards will be sent to your buyers directly 35 days after close of escrow. So keep it in mind, we do need the buyer's email address and a phone number attached to the contract. So please give it to me, then I'm here to help you guys also. And I do speak English, Chinese, Mandarin, and English. So any of the buyers that do need a translation or things like that, please send it over my way, then I'm happy to help them out directly. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Unita, for that. And why don't you join me by the fire, John? You're up
Okay,
next. Kick us off.
I'll be the ghost man in the fire.
Sit closer to your camera.
How's that? Better?
Yeah, a little bit better.
A little better? I know. Because I don't have a green screen. That's why. I think that's the reason. And my computer is a little bit older. Anyway, thank you, Kelvin, for having these great meetings and inviting me in part of this. Hello, everyone. Coldwell Banker Dynasty family. John Wax with SNAP NHD Natural Hazard Disclosure Reports. I'm going to talk about real quick. You all know we're the only NHD company with the new fire hardening defensive space disclosure and addendum form in the report. So you don't have to search for them in the CAR forms. Also, want to let you know that you should order at time of listing, because you should have the most valuable information available to you. So when you go and meet with clients, you're able to advise them the best way. And you can even bring them, if you're going on a listing appointment, bring an SNAP NHD report with you. And it may set you apart from the other agents that they may be interviewing. So you'll get the deal. And also, Sylvia wanted me to touch on the renter's report for leases. A lot of the agents weren't aware of the fact that they're required. As of July 2018, a renter's report is required. It's a flood zone only report, and it is free with SNAP NHD, and you can order it at any time. As soon as you get the lease listing, please order the reports. And it has and I'll be happy to send you a sample if you'd like to see that. And all I can tell you is it's a great time to reach out to your sphere of influence and just check in on them to see if they need anything, see how they're doing. It's a great way for you to get additional business or leads on people that may be buying or selling properties, and you'll get additional business that way. Happy September. I wish you a wonderful and safe Labor Day, and I will put my information in the chat. I'm always here for you, 24/7, bringing you 27 years of experience. Thank you, Calvin.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. All right, time to get into the slides, everyone. So here's where the cookies, here's where the great content's at in terms of my advice. And I'm going to cover a couple of things today. I'm going to cover what's called the elements of a contract. I think I wanted to share some things about that. So I'm going to bring up my slides, and we'll start with a little bit of the inspiration today as well. So hold on one second while I share my screen. And this is the wrong one. Hold on, let me see here. Now we go. Here we go. It's in the comment. All right, you guys see the slides now?
Yes.
All right. And today's little quote or inspiration for the day, just talking about, here it is, hustling brings $1 for today. Mastering your craft brings wealth for a lifetime. And I don't look at real estate salespersons or realtors as hustlers. We're masters of our profession. We're real estate experts. We know our industry. We know our listing inventory. We check our MLS, so we know what's on and off the market all the time. So really change gears. Don't think of yourself, oh, all right, I finally suckered someone into buying this home. That's the wrong kind of perspective. You're not suckering anyone. You're not hustling out there. We're out here trying to do goodwill. We're right here trying to sell properties or help people buy some properties. So think of yourself as a matchmaker. Think of yourself as knowing the constraints of your buyers' needs and wants and financing guide, what they're qualified for, and being able to perfectly match them and what the maximum bang for their buck that they can get in whatever neighborhood. So try to think about it like that. And this is something else that I wanted to kind of share as well. As for the industry, it has certainly changed. I think with all of these television shows and YouTube and the internet, you have so much less time to develop yourself, your craft as an artist, and really just perfect your craft, your techniques, your knowledge. So many things today are instant, and that's not always a good thing. You see, what I'm noticing right now, especially in the past few years, is there's a couple of agents or realtors out there who achieved short-term success, or maybe they just got lucky, or they had a hot buyer or a very expensive listing, and it kind of just led them into success quickly, but they never developed themselves and the techniques, the farming, the building the letters, the follow-up plan, really prospecting and nurturing your clients. And sometimes they take it for granted, early success. And sometimes I'm just noticing, there's a difference in the millennial realtors versus the experienced realtors. And I want to always make sure that you guys are, at least at the very bare minimum, you're perfecting your techniques and crafts every single day, improving, going to these classes, learning from these attorneys that we have out, and Angie's prospecting guidelines tomorrow. All of these things are going to slowly build you into all of the different areas that you need to learn. So when you're doing a realtor, we do so many different things, from consulting the client to writing our contracts out, negotiating over the phone. There's so much to learn every single day, that I hope you're not taking any shortcuts. I hope you're not really just not practicing your scripts at home, or going out there and trying your listing presentation with somebody else and asking for feedback. So go out there, perfect it, ask for comments. And that's what I did recently when I didn't earn the listing from a seller. I call them up, they picked me up my call, and I asked a seller, just for my own self-improvement, I see that you've listed your property in the MLS. Congratulations. I 2 days on the market. I can see you already listed with another colleague. For my own personal knowledge, I really just, it's bugging me, because I consider myself a pro. Where did I go wrong in my presentation? And what is the reason why I was not selected for the job and really the privilege of selling your listing? And when it came with that approach, the seller was very open. And he says, I liked you a lot, I respect you, but at the end of the day, my wife wanted someone to speak Russian with, and I loved you. I actually spoke well for you. I personally wanted to work with you. So it turned out to me that I didn't really lose the job. I won it, except I didn't get the interview with the wife. Okay, so that's all it is. And at the end of the day, you just need to, if I didn't make that call, I'd be feeling and worrying about this every single night. I don't want to worry. I don't want to think about this stuff. I don't want to worry about or second guess my presentation, because I felt my presentation was awesome. And then You should be feeling that way every single time you take a presentation with a client. You should always be walking out saying, I nailed it. I hit all the points. I efficiently communicated all of the areas that I prepared for, and I delivered it with perfection or smoothness, and I made them feel comfortable with me. If you can walk out of that meeting with that feeling, then that's all you can really just just know for yourself that you did your best. Okay. If you didn't feel that, then there is room for improvement. So as we talk about COVID and what's going on in the spread, please don't ever let your guard down. I just want to show you the LA County pulled as of today, that there are 1,900 cases reported yesterday. There is a increase in testing going on. And as you can see, there has been an increase in the wave recently for the past few days. It's slowly dipping down. So I'm happy to see that at least there is a correlation between the rise of people getting and testing positive as well as the rise of being tested, because, oh, I got positive and I'm going to call my 5 friends that I saw and say, hey, you guys got to go get tested. Okay. So yes, these are hand in hand. So anyway, just want to make sure, don't let your guard down, because you do not want to be in this category down here regarding hospitalizations to deaths. Okay. It's for your own good and your family. Now, if you want the links to my sales meetings and to the keys to success, we're continuing this on every bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. So here are the upcoming dates. And we do have a Labor Day weekend this holiday. So enjoy everyone the long holiday, get out there. I want to remind you, these are the links. Angie is teaching us at 1:30 p.m. and really just helping us with the understanding, some ways to prospect probates and whatnot. And the trust attorney is going to tell us a little bit about how we're going to resolve some of these areas where some of these agents are messing up, and teaching us some of the complicated tricks that we're going to need to know, especially things like, whether or not this probate requires court confirmation or not. What are the steps required? Is there room for overbids at the courtroom? And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you definitely need to make some time out and learn. So you have some classes coming up from the AAR, and they got the Tech Tuesdays. Definitely check those out. And really I love how the fact that they switched gears, adapted, and now you can watch a lot of these classes through YouTube on their YouTube channel, just like I've been doing for the past 1.5 years. So one of the great classes I really want you to learn, I just emailed this out to you yesterday, is the new RPA. And every so often, the car realtors make and decide, hey, let's make some changes to the contract. And this is a year, December, where they're going to release a brand new contract that's going to look kind of very different, but not much. I attended this class already, and for your learning, I stay ahead of the curve. Why not just learn about it, what's going on right now? So there's major significant changes. The link was sent to you yesterday, and I encourage you to watch this because it's going to look and feel much different than what you're normally accustomed to. But at the end of the day, it's okay. I'm good with the changes. So if you want to know what kind of changes are on there, it's about an hour class taught by an attorney who was instrumental and involved in the process of the changes. And for those of you who don't know how a change happens to the contracts, what is the purpose of this contract? Okay, and that's where I'm going to talk about the elements of the RPA. The contract is meant to become what's called a mutual agreement, a meeting of the minds between a buyer and a seller for the purchase of a real estate property. Now, if you're going to really understand this, who puts this contract together? Honestly, this is just an evolving contract from the history of real estate, in which realtors put this together because there are so many areas where problems and transactions went sour. There's a dispute, there's an argument, there's gray areas or gray language. So we've fine-tuned this year after year after year to make this contract standardized for our industry, built by realtors, used by realtors, and ultimately it's become the contract of choice. However, you don't need to use the RPA contract. You could write it on a piece of napkin and put together a contract between a buyer and seller, and that could work. But you need to understand what are the elements of a contract that are essential. So here's the essential elements of a contract. There's really only 7 of them. The contract must be in writing. So writing on a piece of paper or a napkin technically qualifies. There must be an offer and an acceptance of the offer. The contract must have mutual assent and legal purpose. So there has to be a reason. In this case, it's for APN number 123456789, and it must have mutual assent, which also you could just kind of consent, in which the parties agree to this. It's not because they're threatened into this, or you signed this agreement or else I'm going to sue you. That's a threat. That's blackmail. You must sign this contract, spouse, because otherwise I'm going to divorce you. No, you can't force someone. That's not mutual consent or mutual assent. So the contract must also identify all the parties involved. And the parties obviously is the buyer and the seller. And there's so many times in which the buyers, for example, don't identify themselves. They think, oh, I'm a buyer, I can do whatever I want. No, the contract governs the transaction. So the buyer might think, yeah, I can add my spouse anytime, or I can add my brother and sister anytime. No, technically not. You got to add yourself an assignee. You got to be able to be upfront about it. If you really intend to add a family member, do it upfront, okay? Or have a plan for that in language allowing for this. So when you involve parties, and this happens all the time, in which you'll see investors or REITs or people who are in asset managers for these flipper companies, they send out offers every day without even seeing a property, blind offers. They'll send out 100 listings on the market. They'll send out 100 offers, 80 cents to the dollar. And in this situation, what do? They get a contract in escrow and they assign it and they market it and sell it to a bunch of cash investors and reveal that it's being assigned mid escrow. And there is, it's legal, they're allowed to, but if they do it for a profit, it's kind of gray in the sense that they're not revealing their identity of the parties up front. So to me, I feel that's technically a gray area that I don't really like. But anyway, that's a separate subject. The contract must identify the subject property. So you can't just write, that's why we use an APN number, because that's the clear and unique identification used by the counties for an exact specific property. Do not write the addresses of 132 to 134 Main Street, and you're saying you have a duplex. Because 132 to 134 means 133 as well. And we all know that the odds and even numbers are across the street. You're not selling 133. So therefore, make sure you use the APN number and the proper language on your identification of your addresses. The contract must identify the purchase price of the subject property. So you need to have a price in there. You cannot just write $5,000 over any other offer. That's not in a specific price. Okay, you could write that on a counter term, but you still need to declare a price up front. So number 6, the contract must include consideration. Consideration means something like a deposit is called consideration, but it doesn't have to be money. I can put consideration, I can put my property as consideration. I can put different things or, anyway, I'm just telling you that often 99% of the time, we're using our deposit. Now, there becomes a question, what is reasonable consideration and what's meaningless? A $1 consideration in escrow for a deposit is not that considerable, right? They can just breach the contract, not do much, fail to do anything and work with you, and all they will lose is $1 in escrow if they don't perform. So that's not enough consideration in my eyes as a listing agent. The contract must be signed by all involved parties. So that's why if you have 2 buyers, get 2 buyers to sign. If you have 6 sellers, oh, but that's so troublesome. Yeah, it is, but that's what you got to do. You're the listing agent. You got to get the consent and signatures of all sellers. If they don't want all 6 to sign, then they can do whatever they want to give someone else the power of attorney or authority to sign on their behalf. But that's going to have to be notarized, but maybe that's easier, okay? Yes, if you have a trust or you have a lot of multiple decision makers, it's going to make your transaction a little bit more tougher. So if you think it's tougher, you can negotiate your commission more. That's another reason why your commission should be higher if you have to do more work, okay? So if you want to subscribe and you like the content and the style, the way I teach, join my classes. I share most of them on my YouTube channel. They're all up there for you to watch middle of the night or in the early mornings. So go out there and watch. Sylvia unfortunately couldn't make it today. She's putting escrow into escrow already. So she had to make a client meeting. So congratulations to her. If you do have questions or you do want to learn or you want to second guess or second eyeballs on a document, she and Mark are available for your needs as well as a manager. And if you want to talk about rent spree and do about your screenings, this is here every slides every week, but that's our access and our way to prevent liability and help with your screening of tenants process. So let me see what the Tyler timing is right now. I wanted to talk about the DRE bulletin real quick, but in this situation, I'm not going to cover it too much. The most important thing you need to know is the anti-discrimination housing laws, which not updated, but it definitely is worthwhile for us to open this up and take a quick look at the DRE's guidance. This was just sent out a week ago. And our commissioner is Douglas. Do you guys see my commissioner update right now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a picture of our real estate commissioner. Used to be Wayne Bell, and he retired. And they've been very busy in the licensing department for new agents. And there's been a lot of audits going on with trust funds. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about right here is anti-discrimination housing laws. And obviously we all know that there is prohibitions on discrimination. There are things like UNRRA, Civil Rights Act, the Holden Act, as well as the California Fair Employment and Housing Act. So here are the things that are some of the practices that real estate agents may or may not be violating discriminatory laws. So let's just understand this really quickly. Refusing to show, rent, sell, or finance a property to someone, or steering a person away from a property. And something like that means like, oh, you're an FHA buyer. Sorry, I actually don't work with FHA clients, this and this and that. I would say that's not good, okay? Find another reason not to take that appointment. Now, refusing to show it specifically to clients like, oh, my client only wants cash offers, okay? You're a listing agent. You still need to allow showings to your property. You can't just discriminate just because they're not a cash offer, even though that's your seller's preference. You still got to qualify and allow the public to come and this and not treat one type versus another differently, okay? Now, same thing for the lenders. They can't do that as well. Now, in terms of rentals, for example, I have a listing for rent, but I cannot discriminate in the terms, conditions, or privileges for a rental or sale in specific areas. Like my seller or my landlord in this situation would tell me, Kelvin, I want to rent out this place, but I want to rent it to a family only. Okay, that's a type of discrimination because that's your familiarity and that's your family status. And you can't just agree. Okay, yes. I say we will take all applications in. I'll ask a lot of screening process of who's going to be the tenants. But whenever your instructions to me, I have to tell you, I'm going to present every single qualified applicant in, and you get the right to choose, but it's not my decision to make based on one preference or another. Or there are times when there's a room for rent and they say, I only want single people only, or I only want someone who doesn't have any children or no pets. Pets is something that you could qualify for, just by FYI. I have seen times where people process an application more slowly due to the fact that they grudgingly don't want to present that application versus one another. That's a no-no. So therefore, every application needs to follow the same procedure. If you instantly get applications and you instantly send them out to the landlord, you got to do that for everybody, not just because if they're FHA or their FICO scores or sub 500. No, you can't just process that one slower. You still got to show it. You still got to present it, and let that go. Let them have a qualified chance, just like every single applicant. Based on the financings, like oh, you're a Section 8 tenant. I'm sorry, my landlord refused to work with you. They don't want to go through all those steps. That's a no-no. Okay. Refusing to work with someone because they're getting government assistance or they have help or support, or maybe it's because you're working with a licensee who says their client is a VA loan, and oh, my property VA, you got to allow full opportunity for everyone, but there are certain requirements we understand in the industry that are different from a conventional loan. So don't do any steering. Don't make remarks on your descriptions or even at an open house where I've even heard it when I went to an open house myself, and the agent says, oh yeah, this is a very good property. It's a Chinese community. Everyone in this tract is all Chinese. And I'm looking at him and I'm saying, are you kidding me? And I actually told him, please don't make those remarks in the future. Because I try to teach others. And anyway, don't make those comments in your business, because that's a form of steering, blockbustering, redlining. Don't do those areas. Okay, just say this is a nice community, it's gated, or this is it seems like a good neighborhood. I haven't had any experience with any of the neighbors. What I always say is, when the client asks me that specific question, how do you address that? Kelvin, oh, I like the area. What's the neighborhood like? I tell them, do this. I can't speak towards any race or ethnicity or type, because I'm a professional realtor and I have a license that has restrictions that I must follow. But here's what you should do. Talk to your neighbors, greet them and say hello to them, and introduce and ask non-licensees how they like their neighborhood or their street. Visit in the morning and visit in the weekends, and the evenings are right around 5 to 6:30 p.m. when everyone goes home. If you want to see for yourself who are your neighbors, that's the best time. You'll see them out there. Okay. So that's what I just wanted to share regarding the DRE bulletin. I'm not going to cover everything. The link's in there, so check it out. And I'm going to start sharing my other screen back to the PowerPoints. Any questions? So we've been busy at Dynasty, both Arcadia and Temple City. I'm very thankful to you realtors out there supporting us, referring other industry professionals who are great at their business, or you had a good transaction with them. So we've been very fortunate enough to give a call out or thank you for your appreciation and referral. So Jack Chao just joined us at our company at Arcadia. Please give him a warm welcome. Sharp dude, good looking. And I have a lot of high expectations for him. Just as well as Kathleen Tang, who joined our company as well in Arcadia. Congratulations to Sally Wu, who joined us as well. She joined our company recently, and I'm very, very excited for all these new licensees. I love it because I get to train them from the ground up, and I get to make sure that they don't have those bad habits that some of the old realtors have. We got another all-star stud. Sam Chao is joining us at Temple City. He's amazing. He's a sharp, smart guy, a past business owner, and he's joining the Angel Lao team. So if you know Sam, give him, you'll see his Facebook. And if you want to know how to market yourself, he knows a lot about social media, technology, marketing background. Check out his Facebook page and you will see how marketing should be done. Sarah Mitahari just joined us at Temple City as well. Sarah's an experienced professional, more years in the industry than myself. And I thank Neelafar for your recommendation. David Sanapor also just joined us, and he's been getting a little bit more active. So if you ever see him, he is a full-time in finance and real estate planning, financial planning, I'm sorry. So very, very smart, aggressive, and intelligent dude. Like our Instagram and our Facebook page, we got our YouTube channel going on. And I want to spend a quick 2 minutes regarding cybercrime and identity theft. My apologies, everyone. I didn't make a mistake, but I'm a target. About 2 weeks ago, there was a person out there trying to pretend to be me, took my roster of agents from Arcadia and Temple City and texted every single one of you. Gave you every single one of you with your phone number on the website, or that could be searchable. So what did they do? They know that I'm a high profile person. They found all of my real estate licenses, which is public information. And they texted you guys and says, oh, I'm busy in the meeting. I need your favor. I need your help. Please help me buy some gift cards. Can you buy me gift cards? And please text me, send me a photo and scratch off the back. Now, I know this is very, very suspect. You should know me that I would never ask you for a gift card, and it came from a different zip code, area code 562. But I do still want to apologize to everyone because I'm sure you guys got it. There are some lessons to learn from this. One is expect there's bad people everywhere. Expect there's fraud going on everywhere, and be suspicious. Have a second guess, and if you ever, you guys should save my phone number, by the way. So make sure you know who I really am and text with me, so you'll know my style is never to be talking like that or ask you for money. Do not use the same passwords everywhere. Change your passwords frequently. Make it complicated. This is kind of standard stuff, but in this day and age, all of our stuff is done online and with applications and credentials online. So you need to make sure you are doing your best to prevent this type of crime and identity theft from going on. So don't share your passwords with others or any items of value like a gift card. Don't send it over. Never will ever anyone need a gift card over text, okay? Unless it's your real friend and you can validate it and they need some help. But most of the time you're looking at yourself as this is going to be some type of fraud person. Government agencies, public agencies will never text you or call you for your social security number or for sending over anything, payments by phone, okay? So just be words of wisdom and cautious. I know that I actually turned out that it's not a T-Mobile did have a password breach and a lot of things going on. It's not from T-Mobile. It's not my Gmail or anything. I actually did, and thank you all for texting me. Kelvin, did you send this out? Oh, double checking. I received this weird text and you guys gave me screenshots. I really appreciate you guys giving me those screenshots because I looked at how they addressed you guys. I looked at how they addressed the name, and it's not my contacts. They didn't hack into any of my logins at all. They're looking from a public site. Either it's Facebook or they found you through your Zap Coldwell Banker website. Okay, I know it's 100% from those two areas because of the way that you described yourself, and people had familiar names versus a nickname, and I don't label my contacts a certain way. So I know for sure with 100%, it's either from some sort of public site that's online that you're putting your information out on. So it's out there, just letting you know. Any questions on that? And I'm sorry, I do apologize if anyone did get bothered by this. They were very aggressive and expect these frauds to be aggressive.
I would contact you directly, Kelvin, if anything like that happened and put you on notice.
Yep, I appreciate it. Many of you guys did. I got 60 people telling me double checking, and I appreciate it. That means 60 people cared enough to let me know that they're being, targeted or there's some fraud trying to pretend that, hey, I'm Kelvin Jang, please send me a gift card. So there's new listings out there that we got to share and celebrate and talk about. So know your inventory. Let's talk about it. Sam Chao, he's got a brand new listing over here, 15730 Clark Grove, Hacienda Heights, only 549,000. He's not a rookie, and he's a new licensee, but he's not a rookie in the game. He knows what he's doing. He worked and shadowed and mentored under a top pro in our area, Angel. So I'm happy to see Sam really get his business going and doing his flipping business as well. Cindy Shao, she's over here, got a new listing, 1417 Monterey Street, Alhambra. This is a typo. It's not one, it's a 16,000. I think it's a 16. It's not one. Anyway, check it out on the MLS. It's a duplex, 6,700 lot size. And I think the living area is 1615, but I could be wrong. Neil Afar has a new listing over here for sale. 212 Marengo Avenue, number H, Alhambra. I think she priced it very, very attractively. Where can you buy in Alhambra something with 1,500 plus square feet under 650? This is a great deal. It's a nice condition. I expect this to go over asking. So talk to Neil Afar if you have anyone that's just hit the market a few days ago. And way to go, Edgar. He's got 7100 Cerritos Avenue, number 23 in Stanton. It's a nice little condo for sale, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Talk to Edgar if you have anyone looking for anything like this or a nice rental property. Maybe it's for investors to do, maybe a starter investor who wants to build something out and buy something attractively. So we have another listing over here at Xinlei Xiao. This is 17584 Dayton Street. Xinlei is also nicknamed Cindy, just so you know. This is a Victorville listing for only 383,000, single family, 4 beds and 2 baths. This is lower than the cost of construction, guys. Duplicate. Edgar has another new listing that just came out last week, 934 Susanna Avenue, West Covina. This is a 4 beds. This is a gorgeous landscaped home. I looked at this property with Edgar prior to hitting the market, and it's remodeled inside recently. It's got so much bells and whistles. So check out the photos. You can see a fully decked out pool, landscaping, tiki bar, barbecue grill area, and remodeled everywhere inside. So I love the stamped concrete driveway. Take a look, and it's got over 20 palm trees on the lot. Single family house. Melissa has a beautiful listing over here. This is 1421 Stevens Avenue, San Gabriel for 888,000. Very lucky listing and a very lucky woman. Congratulations on her new listing, 2 beds, 1 bath. And Ling Lu, gorgeous mansion, 270 Leroy Avenue in Arcadia. This is a huge, more than half an acre, 22,000 lot size. For $5 million, you got a single family over here, custom designed with the beautiful Mediterranean appeal of architecture and design. Take a look at this property. It just hit the market. Talk to her if you have any questions and if you want to schedule a private tour today. Henry Liu also has a beautiful, gorgeous home right here for on a 1 acre. This is, I believe this is for lease. It's 1850. Maybe it's room for lease. And the new listing just hit the market this morning. So I just wanted to share Joseph Wong's new remodeled listing in Baldwin Park. This is a 675,000 for fully remodeled on 13145 Parkwood Place. Take a look, and it's in the MLS. Our closers for the past 2 weeks, very, very excited to see our stars really make sure and get paid. So Angel Lau just closed 41 Bluebell in Lake Forest. Beautiful, gorgeous home for 1.2 million here down in Lake Forest, Orange County. Way to go with Angel. Kayla Liu is a rock star recently. I can tell she's been busy. She just got this deal closed, 8261 Doris Avenue in San Gabriel for 1.150 million. This is a nice single family. She negotiated out to success. Cherry Wong closed this one as well in Monterey Park, 1057 Ridgecrest Street, highly desirable area in Monterey Park area. 1,050,000 is a great deal for the 1740 square foot home. Gina Laberlardi, this was a gorgeous home. I'm so jealous of this buyer. They got this $2 million property, 9649 Longdon Avenue. Check a look at the photos. If you want to see what the beautiful home should be today, this is how you do it. I love the modern design and appeal. It's got so much cool features and attraction when you take it, when you previewed it. Obviously, you saw it a long time ago when it was hit the market. And she got way over asking. Her client's so happy, and everything was smooth. Edward Chao closed another great, beautiful home. Check out the photos of this 633 Torado Drive, Monrovia. Gorgeous home, sold for 1.2 million. Very, very excited for him and his success in Monrovia. And Cheryl Johnson got this one closed at 445 Myrtle Avenue. She got over 100,000 over asking. Monrovia as well, by the Sinclair home in the historic area. Huge lot, 9,900, sold for $1 million. And this was a steal because there was potential for ADU. If you want to know and see, check out that property. It's sold. And I sold as well in northern, this is north, in the Highland Oaks area of Arcadia. 1720 Wilson Avenue, 3,000 plus square feet. I got this 13,009 lot size sold for way over asking. I'm excited. My clients are excited because I taught them something about, and this is a situation where the stars aligned with my consultation. The reason why the seller picked me on this one was I was able to sell a property, tenant occupied, work with the tenant because we know that buyers want to have it vacant. So I was able to help the tenant find a place to move out to. Thirdly, I taught them a little bit about capturing your California, your federal capital gains exemption, which is if you lived in the property 2 out of the last 5 years, you get a $500,000 capital gains exclusion on your tax returns, and they qualify for that. However, in their specific example, they also rented it out for 1 year on their tax return. And I was able to help them put him in touch and get a accountant, CPA / 1031 exchange person who taught them that they can also exchange the rest of the capital gains into another 1031 exchange property and defer all the rest of their capital potential tax liability. So they loved me for that. I taught them how to do it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to go sharpen your tool set and know what a 1031 exchange is and know what the primary home ownership benefit is, called the capital gains exclusion. Kevin Kahn, he just closed over here in Victorville. This is over an acre, sold at 25,000 in Victorville. Nice corner lot property. Huge potential for residential, I assume. And Margaret Lee, she sold this gorgeous home. I love it. You got a side by side garage. This is a $2.4 million Arcadia home, 866 Warren Way. Congratulations, Margaret. Love the home, love the photography. Kevin Kahn closed another one here in Victorville, another similar lot for 25,000 on City View Drive, Victorville. Amy Toe, this is a beautiful Laguna Beach home. I'm very excited for her. She got this sold on Temple Hills Drive, 3.586 million. I love this tri-level, split level estate property. It has so much of the elements of design where you can see even the ground floor windows match the garage. This is a beautiful home, guys. don't even forget, I wonder if this little golf cart was included, because that's such a nice touch to put in the photo, and talk to her about her. This is the kind of sale. So beautiful. You guys are on fire, guys. Henry Liu just closed Mobeck Street in West Covina, a $2,000 per month lease. Congratulations, Henry. And any other coming soons or pocket listings before we conclude today's sales meeting? Any questions? Anything I can help you with in your business? If not, I want to conclude with just a little quote. If opportunity doesn't knock, then build a door. Create your own future. Create your own path. Okay, don't expect someone to lay out and ground out a bricked little pathway for you to achieve success. You need to, you're in control of your own future. So with that, I wish you all a happy Labor Day weekend. Enjoy the long weekend with family, but also I'm sure you're going to be seeing someone at a barbecue or an event or at somewhere this weekend. Maybe you're going to a fantasy football draft like I am, and make sure you're out there and prospecting and letting them know the good things you know about real estate, about what the market is like. It's a little bit cooling down right now. There's a little bit of softness in the industry. Days on markets are climbing, seeing a little bit more price reductions. Talk about it. Share the news. Give your market update in 2 minutes or less. And don't just do it out there with nothing without practicing. When you're going to any kind of social gathering, a dinner, practice and rehearse your 2-minute elevator pitch, your 30-second introduction to really engage the person, to get them to ask you a question. Oh, how's the market going? You can steer a conversation to get someone to say that to you. And then you can take your time sharing the market news. So how do I do that? Oh my God, they're going to ask you, how's it going, Kelvin? Or, hey, what you been up to, Kelvin? And I'm going to tell them it's been busy in real estate. I just helped my clients buy one from one property and now we're moving to another. It's been very complicated, but luckily I was really able to help this person get their foot in the door before someone else, or we fought the competition. And then they're going to ask me, wow, yeah, is it still the market really that hot? And then I'm be able to share all my news. Okay. Excite them. Excite them. If you're just speaking like a robot, or you're not that kind of social person and you're kind of just boring, you know what? Change your style. Okay. Adapt to your clients. Be social. That's why you're there for a meeting or a gathering. Socialize. Okay. It doesn't have to be work. This is fun. All right. Do it with a smile. Love you guys.
Connection.
See you guys next time. Enjoy the long weekend.
Thank you. You too. Great meeting, Kelvin. Bye,
Thank you, guys.
everybody. Reach out. My info's in the chat.
Bye, everyone. Thanks,
Bye,
Calvin.
everyone. Thanks, Angie.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.